ID, man.
Right.
Hey guys,
Mm-hmm.
welcome back. Thank you for joining the Q&A. And that is the poet
What's up?
and the beautiful queen, Prishay.
Yeah.
So the video starting off with that joke. Um, Queen Shanae.
Queen Shanae in this thing.
I'm in the house. I'm in the house.
So question and answers for those of you that have any pertaining to the live that naturally just went down basically. Um, we'll let's start with you guys. What have you learned having such a powerful king among us that's always willing to teach? With Shanae, what have you learned by watching from the outskirts of the live?
Um, well, I learned that I have a lot more to learn. That's one thing that I learned as I took down several notes. Um, but I learned that as a people, we keep repeating the same. I don't know if I want to call them mistakes. I'll say behavior patterns. We're continuing in the same behavior patterns that are getting us the same results. And I learned that there's a point where we need to um, go beneath the surface, as Rich always states, and just basically question everything and research and um, bring ourselves to the next level instead of repeating the same behavior over and over again. Knowledge. We need knowledge. We need to know more. We need to seek more. We need to continue seeking to move to the next level. That's what I learned. And like I said, I'm still learning. I'm taking notes.
What about you, Queen? What have you ingested on the live and having Baba there?
I'm like Shanae. I know nothing. I need to know more. And I was doing the same thing in my journal right here. I was also uh keeping taking notes as well. Um, just to kind of piggyback on what Shanae said, we keep doing the same thing over and over, which is a sign of the same. Keep doing things over and over and expecting different outcomes. And and to no avail for us and our people. It just never worked. And we want uh we want the government to help us, and we want the government to stop this, and we want the government to end this, and we want Agent Orange 45 to do this. You know, um,
You're mean. She said Agent Orange 45.
that's what it is. But I mean, and we always we're bad habit of asking our oppressor to help us. Bad habit of that, and then we're mad because we don't have justice. Justice is not for us. The justice system is for them, and they created it. It's for them. It has nothing to do with us. We're just in a gray area. I mean, occasionally, and to some perspective, it may work for us in some other ways, but since the lynchings have transpired since before all of our times and our ancestors' time, uh, justice had never prevailed. It's not until something happens to them that it may shake and rattle them. Uh, our money is holds a lot of weight. Uh, it's a starting point, you know, uh, but it's not enough. I'm just gonna be real. I mean, we could hold our money. We could not shop for one particular day. That will work. But guess what? The next day, everybody's gonna get caught back up. until we create. I mean, that's just real. I saw it. I saw it firsthand in Baton Rouge after Alton Sterling. I saw it firsthand. They shut the whole mall down. The mall was shut down for about a week, and all the restaurants outside of it was shut down. And but when back to school came, and everybody had back to school sales and no tax weekend,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it was back. It was back the same.
It's the
And I
battle of
mean,
the flyest.
I
It's
mean,
the
and I
battle of
mean,
the
the mall was packed. Everybody. I mean, it didn't even matter.
Because we're.
Everybody. I mean, I was working in an African boutique.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, everybody that wanted to. I mean, we did good business. You know why? Because everybody wanted dashikis while they were outside protesting.
Right.
What? Right. What does that mean? I mean, I'm grateful that they patronized a black business, but what are you doing outside of that dashiki? What are you doing outside of standing outside the police precinct and protesting? Where does this go? What do we do? How do we how do we make a stand and stick with it? How do we help ourselves as a people, you know, help ourselves where we not committing violence and things against one another? How do we see that so we can come together?
Mm.
So
So I gotta. I'm gonna ask you these questions that I'm asked. Basically, questions are coming from over the water. So let's go, Shanae. Um,
All right, let's go.
why are we so emotional within the midst of a killing?
We're emotional in the midst of a killing, as there was a killing. I mean, I don't know if that we're emotional due to the fact that someone lost their life. We're
So,
emotional due to the fact that the person who lost their life looks like us, looks like our sons, looks like our brothers, our fathers.
fam, I'm just
We're
asking
emo.
a question, fam. I'm
Oh,
just asking a question.
and I'm just answering it. I'm just answering. I'm answering the question because I kind of feel offended a little bit about why
Keep
we,
going.
all right. So, okay. So, yeah, we're emotional because someone lost their life. Let me bring it down a couple notches. That just kind of hit me the wrong way. But yeah, we're emotional because someone lost their lives. This person looks like us. We have to talk to our children about. Our children are watching this because they have access to social media. They have access to television. So we're emotional as it's bringing us to an emotional place to deal with the situation, not only within ourselves, but within our homes with our children. That's why I kind of got passionate about
Okay, that's fine. I'm just messing with you, man.
it.
It ain't
So
that
yeah,
serious
so
like you wanted to fight, but all
I
right.
mean, it just
Um,
it kind of hit me. It hit me. So I reacted, cause and effect.
anyway, Miss Perche, um, what can so-called blacks do for themselves that they're not doing now that's gonna make them greater in the long run?
hold each other accountable. We have to hold each other accountable. And what I mean is, if you're on the block and your block is hot, you know what that means, right? Your block is hot. Your block is hot. Then I mean, we need to make changes. We need to address that issue. Yeah, I get it. Your block is hot, and if you start trying to make some changes, that puts a target on your back. But I'm not talking to that person. I'm talking to the person that's causing the block to be hot. Look, y'all. Look, my kings and some queens out there. I know, I get it. Y'all handling y'all business and this, that, and the other. But here's the thing: you killing your people. You're killing your army. That's basically what we're doing. We're killing our own army by handing them drugs, taking their money, taking their homes, taking their apartment complexes, their projects, running them in the ground. And then you got the little babies that's coming up. They see the money flashing. They want to be just like that because they don't have to go out and get a trade. They don't have to go out and create their own business. They're looking at fast money and how to attain it by what they see out on their hot block. So I'm talking to my kings and queens out there that's causing an inferno in our neighborhood, right? We gotta build our army up because we're stronger in numbers. But if you're divided because of the tearing down of our community, the tearing down of our young kings and queens that are coming up, I mean, how are we going to win the battle if we're killing our own army? How are we going to do that?
Right.
So, I mean, that's what I have to say on that. I mean, I'm not talking to, because I get it. Some people in the neighborhood, they don't want that and all of that, but I'm talking to the people who's causing it. I'm like,
Hmm.
stop. Hey, I mean, cause see, here's the thing. Y'all want to shoot each other up. Why y'all not creating your own army? And y'all should have been people that was surrounding that dude's house when y'all found out where he lived.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I remember watching the movie about the Black Panthers. I remember watching this movie. I remember how strong that they stood. They took on their neighborhood. They made sure them babies were eating before they went to school, that they had a full
Hmm.
breakfast, that
Hmm.
they made sure that crazy people weren't coming in the neighborhood. The Nation of Islam, they did the same thing, as far as like, being strong and standing strong and saying, hey, not in our neighborhood. We don't do that anymore because we
Right.
so busy trying to get out of our neighborhood and get into theirs. That's another conversation.
Right. They manage
Okay,
their people.
right.
Exactly.
I mean, we're
No,
forgetting, man.
let's have it. That's why it's called a Q and A, and I'm
Mhm.
asking it.
Yeah,
Um, okay. So accountability is one,
definitely.
right?
Hmm.
And let's go to Shanae.
I'm scared. What's to happen? What
What
is
y'all make it
right?
seem like like there be loaded questions when I when I speak.
Look, Shanae started it, man. She started laughing. That made my antennas go up. What's going on? What's happening?
I'm
Okay.
ready. Let's come with it. Come with it.
How someone asks, how can we teach our children to maneuver within the society that dislikes them?
Mm.
Shanae?
So I I'm big on going back to starting at home. And okay, I'm going to go even further within home, starting with ourselves, as we are our children's teachers, are their first teachers. So, in order for us to guide our children into maneuvering in this world, we got to start with ourselves. We need to balance ourselves. We need to, change the energy we allow in our circle. We need to change the what we're feeding our mind, because what we feed our mind, our children pick up on that, right? So in order to prepare our children to walk out into the world, we need to start um, managing our people better. I'm going to piggyback on what Miss Prochet is saying. Basically, it's the same thing. We need to take control of our communities. We need programs for these children to be able to learn and to equip them with dealing with the world. And it starts with us. We need to manage ourselves better. Accountability. We need to take accountability.
Okay, with that question, I got a personal question. Do you feel like the entire neighborhood need to come back within the household? Like, you remember how they say, like, when I was growing up, them like, oh, takes a village or it takes a community to actually raise a child, which is true, right? Like, I would get a ass whipping if, say, somebody else saw me doing something outside of something that my mom was unaware of, and they know that it's incorrect, they would check me, right?
Yes.
So do we need a communities back?
Yes, we do. Absolutely. We need our communities back, and we need to also be able to, if someone says something to your child, that should be fine because they're saying something to your child for the betterment of that child. Yes, these days you can't say anything to someone's child with the fear of someone having an issue with you. Like, that's not your business. No, it is our business as a community. Each one of these children belong to us like our own. Yes, we need to bring back the village effect because it does take a village to raise a child. What I may not, I may go to work and come home very, very tired, and someone calls me and tells me something is going on with my child. I may just need that neighborhood, that next door neighbor to take care of that for me because I don't have the ability at that time. So yes, we definitely need the village effect. We need the community. We need the neighborhoods to come together. We need for our neighbors to feel comfortable to discipline that child, if be our eyes for us.
Okay. A Queen, Danielle, if you have any questions pertaining to the live before the Can't Breathe, um, feel free to send them our way. Um, Miss Prochet, you wanna touch base on that same question?
Absolutely. Absolutely. A village. We need that. Now, a village could do one or two things. A village can build up, a village can tear down. If you're in a village, like I said earlier, if your village is hot, it's that's not going to be that's beneficial for you. But if you have a village that is strong and strong in number, and we're supporting one another, uh, it's very, because it takes one. Everybody has a different specialty. It may be like with Shanae, she could have been tired and she was like, man, I just can't I can't get with the homework today. You could call the lady across the street and say, hey, can you get my son today? I know he's gonna have homework. I'm coming in late. Can you check on him for me? And
Right.
and she can do that. And I mean, I remember, because I'm from Chicago. So we, even though uh
Southside.
yes, outside, just like that. But but we had our neighbor across the hall. We lived in a brownstone. It was 4 apartments, and we was bad. We was bad kids, we were good, but we were mischievous. We were true kids. So my mom, she worked grades, right? She worked grades, so that means she had to be at work at 11. Well, when my mom would leave out at about 10 o'clock, the bus, me, my brother, and my neighbors across the hall, we would sneak out in the hallway and we would be playing in the hallway. Or we might be roller skating in my apartment. Or we might be bowling in the apartment. And their
Mm-hmm.
mom, she had to be at work at like 3 o'clock. Their mom had to be at work at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Every now and again, God rest her soul, Miss Watkins. Miss Watkins would crack that door open. She said, her, she used to say, "Y'all
Say
bitch."
it.
That was her phrase. Y'all bitch in the hellhole, get in the house. I'm gonna tell your mama. I don't know what that meant. Bitch in the hellhole. I don't know, but that was her phrase. And but we knew that she saw my mama. She was gonna tell my mama, I'm a bat you across your face. I'm a bat you. That was what she used to tell her kids. And when they were walking through the door, they was getting the bat across the back of their head and everything. And she looking at us and we looking like, please, Miss Walker, don't come over here. But it was a couple, you know what I'm saying? But but it was something, we respected her. We still, end of the day, hey, it's something. But we respected the fact that she loved us enough to discipline us, to make sure that we were still safe, and would let my mom know, say, hey, look, Shay and Eddie was in this hallway. They did this and this and this and this. We'll be on punishment. We can't go outside. But I look at that as I didn't look at that as a negative. As a kid, like, man, I can't go outside. That was the furthest that we thought about it. We didn't go to the point of like, I can't stand Miss Watkins. We didn't do that. We knew we were wrong,
Cut it
but
out and stop telling stories. Because I used to do that. I used to do the Eddie Murphy, like get them hits and do the Eddie Murphy scenario. I wish you would die.
uh,
we, we we all wish bad on
you know what?
episode.
I didn't. Y'all have no idea. I was so mean, man. I would just be like, I, I was stubborn, very, very stubborn. So it
Oh
took that
man.
I hold that joke in, but I never looked at it as like this negative thing of like I can't stand her and roll my eyes and Miss Watkins. I wouldn't. She'll look at you like you're not gonna speak. Oh, hey, Miss Watkins. It was just a different type of vibe. She had grown children. So her, and she was, she was of Native American descent, and her and her sisters were firecrackers. They did not play. They would street fight you like nobody's business. Everybody knew about the Watkins women. You understand what I'm saying? I mean,
I'm
I'm
with
talking
you.
about they were bus drivers, and if you got on there and didn't pay, they'll put that bus in park and take that whole puncher, jump off that bus, catch you, beat the piss out of you, and get back on the bus and drive off like nothing ever happened. We weren't doing that with Miss Watkins. It was a certain respect level. You understand what I'm
Oh,
saying?
what? So I guess
Yeah.
somebody decided to come in the comments and say all life matters. Um, which it does, right? All life does matter, but not at this particular moment.
Right. If Black lives don't matter, all lives don't matter. Period.
Yeah. I mean, I get the gist and the concept of what it is, what you're saying and what you're trying to state, but at the particular point in time, it has nothing to do with all life because it's consistent pertaining to the color of who's dying and who's no longer here. It doesn't look like you. Me seeing videos or whosoever it looks like, me seeing videos of them fighting and still maintaining their composure to pretty much make sure that they got the so-called European or Caucasian out of the car without bringing forth harm to them, to subdue them. I've seen videos where somebody walk in a church and kill 9 people that looks like me, right? And walk out and y'all arrest him and took him to Burger King. I've seen videos. It's
Hmm.
very consistent. So yeah, all life does matter, but not at this particular time. It's a consistent thing. So
And let's be honest, Jermaine, the only reason that no more blood has been shed in these streets is due to it's not only our colored people, the people that look like us in the streets. If those other races were not in the streets, it would be more bloodshed
so
Absolutely.
right
this
now.
this is what they said. They said all life matters. Again, I guess either you're baiting me or whatever, but I'm not gonna fall
Yeah,
for
they
it, and
definitely.
nor
I mean, because
nor
their name is a bait.
no
So,
nor no no. See, the thing is, a lot of people dislike 45, and don't get me wrong, I'm not 100% with him, but a lot of things that he's doing is beneficial, and I'd rather somebody to tell me what it is versus what it's not, and still smile with me. So I get that. I get that. So I'm in the middle. I'm not on the fence. But the thing is, when people come in and they say everybody lives matter, right? That means they're not listening because it wasn't about the other race life. It has nothing to do with the other race. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we know all life matters. That's fine. But look at things based on what it really is.
right.
Do your life matter if you're European, if it's a black person dying,
Hmm.
right? Because in certain aspect, they tend to say, "Oh, y'all always complaining. Pull yourself up by your bootstrap. Stop this. Stop that. I don't see what you're seeing." The reason why you don't see it is because you're not listening, or I guess you're blind, so you might as well just close your eyes as if to say there's nothing further to see, period, because it's all around you. You look at it. Just the other day they punched like I think, I don't know her exact age, but she's an elderly woman. Why was she getting choked by people that's supposed to protect and serve? Does her life matter? Why you throw a kid on the ground with arms that's already in handcuffs and beating them upside their head? Does their life matter?
Right.
And I don't follow groups either, because this Black Lives Movement, I look at the action of what it really is. I don't look at who was in it. I look at why was it created. Is it really created to make change, or to come through a peaceful negotiation, or is actually made as a disguise to shut us up?
The latter.
So I grasp what you're saying, but at the end of the day, what is reality showing? Like, period. It's not about all lives right now.
Right. And that's not our concern right now.
Exactly.
So back to the questions, and gratitude for actually at making a statement. Appreciate it. We welcome all. I'm not gonna go in or try to block or whatever. I welcome everything. You know what I'm saying? Um See, he is like SAR says it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and make, because somebody else's perspective on somebody else, say, oh, he's not doing a good job, or oh, he's this and he's that. Like, because dude actually implemented a lot of policies that's beneficial to us, but we're so emotional, we're still stuck on Barack, and we don't see the poison that he is pretty much bestowed upon us before he left office, because no, the more blacks died under his presidency.
Mm-hmm.
But we like, oh, we finally got one, yay! And it was put there as a disguise to get you
Yeah.
Right.
comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
plain and simple.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But and another thing y'all got to look at too. There's the video that they don't show, or there's the video that the news pretty much chop up and feed you what they want to feed you. Because when you watch the real videos, say for instance of a Donald Trump, it's never the actual story. It's not what he actually says. It was been pieced together. But back on track. What do y'all think about? It's a statement that person made. What do y'all think about all life mattering in a moment like this? That's a question to you guys. What's your thought on that?
I'm gonna tell you this. Um, like I said, until Black lives do matter, you know, all lives won't, because it I get it. I get all. It's obvious. All lives do matter. Everybody that has breath in their body and they're moving around, it's a matter. We do matter. We all matter. But here, case in point, with everything that's going on, we have to, because why would I talk about somebody that's walking around, living, breathing, can have access to anything in this world, can can get a loan, can start a business, can choke out and kill somebody in the public's eye with cameras going, and but our people are dying. We can't get a loan. We can't buy how finances, whatever it is. You know, we have just as much. We have more at stake because we built this country. So if we built this country, why should we matter? Why is it that it's always an issue whenever we stand up for ourselves? See, that's the problem. you get intimidated because we stand up for ourselves. That's what we're supposed to do. You stand up for your race. You do what it is that you want to do, addressing your people. So why can't I? So it's a problem. It's an issue. That's not fair. That's not fair. But we know the game is rigged anyway. The game is rigged. So what we need, is, so if I want to stand for my people and raise my people, let me do that. So let me speak about that. I get it. Yes, you made a valid point. All lives do matter. Thank you for that. We know that. That's very well. I mean, it would be an obvious statement, but it's not obvious. It's not so obvious because we're having this conversation. So real talk, let me have my voice to uplift my people and figure out a way to keep this from happening to more of my people. That's what really matters. That's what matters to
Shanae, same question.
Same question. So I'm all about living in the present moment, right? And in the present moment, the lives that matter are my people's lives. Of course, all lives matter as we're all living. But in this present moment, the lives that matter are my people's lives. The people who look, I'm going to repeat this again, the people who look like my son, the people who look like my father, the people who look like my family members around me. That's what matters to me right now. It's nothing against anyone else. And we should be allowed to focus in on what we choose to focus in. There's always a statement put out there, you know, uh, your people. So at this moment, I'm taking on that. Yeah, they're my people. And that's what matters to me right now in this moment. Nothing against any other lives.
And Sean made a statement. He said all life matters is a cop out from accountability. And
Sean is right.
it's 100%, that's 100% correct. And that's how I look at it. Failure to actually step outside of yourself and see what's going on. Because
Yeah.
in actuality, I'm not saying there's not some that's doing it, but use your privilege, right? To combat the unbalance of those that supposedly is not that privileged.
That's right.
Right? I don't even like it's distasteful for me to even speak like that because I know how powerful we are. And I know within the same action, we're the one that's holding ourselves back, right? Because we focus on everything else around us versus focusing on ourselves. And it is what it is. Honestly, it's not about all lives at this moment. That's like a person telling me that I don't see color. How the can't you not see color when you're looking at me? How do you not see the 6'3" Aboriginal man standing in front of you with locks in his hair? You don't see color? You don't see my copper tone? You don't see it? You don't see my mass physique? You don't see it? So what do you see?
That's good.
Ha- Question: why was it a king was killed, yet you have certain people stating that if you can say you can't breathe, then you can breathe.
Mm.
A government official came out and stated that. What's your take on that opinion?
I'll go. So my take on that opinion is if you're saying that if I can say I can breathe, then I can breathe. So you're going to make sure I can't breathe by acknowledging that I'm saying that I can't breathe. Is that where that statement was going? Like, that's my question for them.
Victim blaming. Have time and time again, have you not seen them actually make the person that died or the person that was the victim into the actual culprit?
The villain. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. They dig up their
All the time.
lies. Oh, they went to jail at this time. What does this past have to do with his life now?
Absolutely nothing.
That's the takeaway. That's the trip. That's what gets me.
The smokes and mirrors.
It's back to the present moment. Again, that brings us back to the present moment.
But all life matters, right? When when even within a head start, y'all know y'all get smoke in the race.
Mhm.
Even with the head start, we're trailing. Even
Yeah.
with the head start that you have, we never quail or quiver. We still flow.
Mhm.
Y'all gave us what? Lemons. We made lemonade.
So
Who's drinking the lemonade?
they,
Come on, man. Come on, yeah. It, the all life matters, but the lives that pretty much has transcend and cultivate what you call a society today was led to think they're inferior when they're not, was led to believe they're the minority when they're the majority. We're led to believe they can't read because people speak within codes and create policies to hinder their forwarding, red line, all of this different shenanigans. But yet y'all still feel threatened. Y'all don't want them to come together. Just a week ago there was Corona.
Hmm.
Now there's so-called riots, and you don't hear shit about Corona. Hey Queens, question: where have Corona gone? Where's this chick hiding?
Ah, Corona, the pandemic. Girl, just I think she on vacation right now. She gonna show back up. She's gonna show back up when school start.
No, what's going to happen is they're going to use this whole protest while they're shooting tear gas into the crowds to as an excuse to revamp the whole corona. It's going to come back in 2 weeks, and the numbers are going to skyrocket. Because now they were out protesting and they couldn't breathe because there was tear gas sprayed into the crowds. And now we're going to have a whole second phase of coronavirus. It's coming back. It's going to come. This is giving life to the second stage of it.
Oh, and you talk about the skill, the numbers. They gonna they're gonna dress up the numbers again, and
They're going to dress up the numbers again.
it's gonna it's gonna left or leave from black people not catching it to they're one of the most
Affected because they were protesting, because they were protesting
they couldn't get
during
it.
the pandemic, and now they're the most affected by the virus. Yep, that is the agenda.
Oh man. All life matters when they were experimenting on kings and queens in Tulsa, right? Giving them smallpox and AIDS and letting them back into their neighborhood, saying that they're preventing something when they're causing something else. Syphilis and all of this, right?
That's right.
All life matters then, right?
Mhm.
When they bomb Black Wall Street, shut down Black Wall Street in Jersey and these other states, right?
Mhm.
Now, that's not the right way to riot because you can't control it. It's happening in 20 states. It's not just happening in Minnesota. They were
That's right.
burning car. They were burning cars in Atlanta too. They're burning cop cars in Atlanta.
Wow.
Are people tired? Is that what it is?
We are.
Fam, y'all know if like it's crazy, and I'm quoting from this video because this video made a lot of sense and that I've pretty much pinned into the group. If if we start at the same starting line, side by side, you're not beating me in that race. And that goes for every single thing. If I have the same opportunities without the handicap, you're not going to win. And y'all know that. That's why I consistently
Move the
spend
finish.
spend billions of dollars to make sure it stays that way, whether through
Mhm.
the educational system, whether it's within the food we consume, whether it's within the chemtrails, whether it's within the experiments of projects, whether it's redlining, whether it's the poison that you put into the drink or the water that we consume. If you balance out the playing field, y'all know for a fact y'all not gonna win. Why?
Mhm.
Why? Ask yourself why. What are you afraid of? What is the real reason why you preying on so-called black men and women and children? What is the real reason? Because you know how powerful we are. You know who we are. You know who we are. That's what it is. But back to the Q&A, guys. Um
Oh, that was good. That was a great side note, man. That was real. That was
It
good.
was. And we need to know who we are.
Absolutely.
most of us do, but we fear to share.
Yeah.
Most of us do, but a lot of us won't listen because we're caught up in a system that keep telling us, "Oh, you're this. Oh, your life only started 400 years ago. 400 years ago, try 2 billion
Right.
years ago." So if you go back that far, it's going to start to draw light into what's actually going on. It's going to start showing that everything that you do is a facade. It's fake. It's not real. You've been lying. You've been reversing our lives. You've been telling our story and aim to make it look like yours.
Hmm. And it's not.
Richard Pryor said it the best. The only thing y'all ever created was the patent office.
Hmm.
That's real.
So you can make sure you can steal everything.
Take it. And then gonna write commandments saying, "Thou shalt not steal or kill." What? What, you doing it?
All the time.
Come on,
So
fam.
all lives matter.
All life does matter, right? I
Mhm.
know. I know. Same tactics.
All the time.
Same damn tactics. It don't work over here. And I don't need to get emotional.
Hmm.
I can speak. Two different language too, by the way, just to make you know.
Oh my.
But yeah. What's up, Sean? What question you got for us, man? How do you feel when you felt about the situation, the riots, the passing of King, and so on and so forth? How does that make you feel as a king that resembles this king? I'm waiting for the questions. Send them my way. Sister Brichet look like she ready to go to.
Hey, look, when I start getting sleepy, I'm looking Japanese, so I know y'all can see it. I can feel it, so I know y'all can see it. But I'm holding on, man. I'm holding on.
Oh
My
man, I love it.
eyes,
I
look.
love it.
People that
I
don't
love
know me,
it.
I get tired because I'm that my
I love.
eyes.
I see it. I see it in your eyes. She
Yeah,
looking
I
extra.
feel like look. I feel like I want to say, "You open your mind." I don't know. I feel like I need to say that right now. I know I can feel it. I can feel it. So
All right, we just got a few more minutes. We're not gonna stay on any longer.
hey,
We want you
I'm in though. I'm holding on, man.
want you to go get your rest. And for those of y'all that's unaware, man, she has her own little vibe, her own little show that she's conjuring, and it will be on Fridays. So Queens, come support another queen.
Please
Come
do.
learn. Come learn. Come learn. Come learn.
Please do. Please do.
With Sister Pichet. She's gonna knock your socks off, man.
I'll be there, Sister Crochet.
She's
Yes,
super dope. She's super dope.
I'm excited. This gonna be real nice. And I'm gonna vibe pretty good. But it's, you know what? The segment is gonna be for y'all. It's gonna be for my kings.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
It's
That's
gonna
what
be.
it is.
We're coming into the month of June, the celebration of our kings, and
That's
so
my
we
month.
wanna, yeah, wanna make
That's my
sure
month.
that we lift y'all up. In spite of everything, we wanna lift y'all up. So
And I'm hyped for this because just alone the way you guys conduct and speak, basically, letting other queens be aware that, listen, we don't all feel the same way. We're not all bitter. We're not all out here fighting men or hating men. Some of us are champion for men because we know together we are balanced. I respect that.
Definitely.
I respect that. And accountability is dope. He said he feels disappointed but not surprised. Absolutely. Um same chapter of the same book, just a different page, right? Um it is what it is. But we're not gonna stay on here long. We just ran a marathon on the last live that YouTube oh so boldly took down. And we love it. That pretty much indicate that, yo, y'all doing y'all thing. Mental Rolodeck. Keep elevating. And those of you that actually participate and would like to participate, send me a friend request at King Jermaine. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Let's follow me on IG. Follow me on Twitter. And keep in mind, there's no bias here. There's no arguments. Just positive flowing and communication among each other on a daily basis. And look forward, and I'm looking for the explain is not the explain host by Rich Lamar. That's happening tomorrow. So holla at us.
yeah.
We do this. You're so cute.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm in. Yeah,
She's sleepy. She's sleepy. She lit. She lit.
yeah.
She lit. Let's see this. Protesting will not change people ideologies. Stop the skin hate. Okay. Negrophobia and Afrophobia.
Afrophobia.
Well said, King. Well said, King. And with that, and Sean telling us to keep flowing like we are,
Thank you, Sean.
because
Thank you,
Thank
King.
you, Sean.
And thank you to the
gratitude,
brother. Bless up to the brother that what was his name before?
Prince, Sar.
Sorry, yeah.
Sure, all to all my kings that's been listening tonight. Y'all make sure y'all tune in on Friday, next Friday. Myself, Queen Shanae. We're gonna get some other sisters involved, but we just want to lift our kings up in spite of everything. I don't care what's going on. You are still, we still pay homage to you. We still reverence you. We want to let you know that, and we want to make sure that, because we want to give you all the love and all of those high vibrations to let you know that we got your back, and we here and we're standing beside you. So
We sure
And
are.
and least but not last, Trump supporter. Um, Homage, and thank you for showing up and sharing your statements. And we welcome you. Enjoy. Love is love. All right, Prince of Lion. He said he's a Prince of Lion. So salute to the Prince of Lion, Sar.
Prince of Lion,